Hello everyone, welcome to the question part on inductive effect. If you want to learn the basic aspect about inductive effect and its application, you can watch the links that are popping up above. And coming to the questions on inductive effect, questions look very simple, but you have to be very careful in selecting the answer here. Look at the first question. Inductive effect involves, the options are displacement of sigma electrons, delocalization of pi electrons, delocalization of sigma electrons, and displacement of pi electrons. Okay, so here inductive effect is not about pi electrons, that you all know, right? It is all about the movement of sigma electrons only. So which options you can eliminate here? B option you can eliminate, as well as D option also you can eliminate, but you have to select the option between A and C. What is A option is telling you? Displacement of sigma electrons, delocalization of sigma electrons. So which of them is correct here? So for that you must know the meaning of what do you mean by displacement and what do you mean by delocalization. Okay, say for example you have a compound CH3CH2X. X is electronegative element. Okay, so what is our inductive effect? The sigma electrons will slightly move towards X. Yes or no? Because this is more electronegative. So this is what we call displacement. This is what we call displacement. That means electrons are not completely moving towards X. Okay, they are just attracted towards X. That's it. Okay, more chances of presence of these electrons is near X, not carbon. Okay, so that particular thing we will call it as displacement. That's it. They have to stay exactly at the center between carbon and X, but they are trying to move more towards X. They are there more near to the X, leaving carbon. Okay, so they have to be there at the center, but not at the center. It is slightly near to the X. This is what we call displacement. This is what you will see it in inductive effect. And now what do you mean by delocalization? Say CH3CH2X. If these electrons are completely moving towards X, breaking this bond, okay, electrons, if they are completely moving towards X, okay, then we call it as delocalization. Leaving its place, it has completely moved towards one particular atom. This is what we call delocalization. But displacement means what? Not completely moving. They are slightly attracted towards X. Okay, they are more towards X. This is displacement and this is delocalization. So which one do you observe in inductive effect? Definitely displacement of sigma electrons you will observe, not delocalization of sigma electrons. Okay, so some of you will tend to put your answer as this, but this is a wrong option. Correct option is displacement of sigma electrons, not delocalization. Okay, fine. Second question, which is the most stable carbocation? Okay, so if you want to know the most stable carbocation here, first write their structures. N-propyl cation. Propyl in the sense what? 3 carbons, right? CH3, CH2, CH2 plus. This is propyl carbocation. Okay. Next, isopropyl carbocation. So what do you mean by isopropyl carbocation? This one. This is what we call isopropyl carbocation. Secondary carbon. You know, this is isopropyl. Ethyl cation, CH3, CH2 plus. This is ethyl cation. Tertiary butyl carbocation, CH3, C, CH3. You must have an idea on writing this basic thing. Tertiary butyl carbocation. This is tertiary butyl, 4 carbons. Tertiary butyl carbocation. Okay, so among them, which is more stable? We all know this is a carbocation. More the electron donating groups present. Okay, more will be the plus I effect. If plus I effect is more, more will be the stability of carbocation. So in them, in which case do you find more electron donating groups? Tertiary butyl carbocation. Yes or no? 1, 2, 3 electron donating groups are there, and here for this only one is there, here for this only two are there, for this one is there. Okay, got to know? So more the electron donating groups, more stability this carbon gets. Okay, so what is your answer here? Tertiary butyl carbocation. Okay, and coming to the third question here. Arrange the carbocations in their decreasing, they are not carbocations, they are actually carbanions. Okay, arrange the carbanions in their decreasing stability order. All are carbanions. Okay, and tertiary butyl carbanion, trichlorocarbon carbanion, secondary carbanion, and it is aromatic carbanion. Okay, so you have to arrange them in the decreasing order of their stability. So what is the concept here? If you have electron donating groups with carbanion, the stability of carbanion decreases. If you have electron withdrawing groups, stability increases. Okay, so this was the concept we have observed in our previous video. If electron withdrawing groups are there, stability of carbanion increases. Stability of carbanion increases. So which case you have electron withdrawing groups? Definitely this, right? 3 electron withdrawing groups you have. So among them, this guy is most stable. After this, slightly electron withdrawing group is C6H5 benzyl group. Okay, and this is most stable. After that, this will come. You see, 3 electron donating groups are there. So this is least stable, right? Okay, so first stable is this. This is more stable. This is next, and this is third, and this is least stable. Okay, so arrange them in the decreasing order. First is this. So which of the option you have this as first compound? Here. Okay, after that this one. Okay, after that secondary carbanion, after that tertiary carbanion. So option C is the correct answer. Okay, fine. Coming to the fourth question, more or less similar to the previous one. Which of the following is least stable? Okay, which of the following is least stable here? All these guys are carbanions. Okay, when does the carbanion is less stable? When you have more electron donating groups. Yes or no? When you have electron withdrawing groups, stability of carbanion increases. When you have electron donating groups, stability of carbanion decreases. Electron donating groups is inversely proportional to stability of carbanions. Stability of carbanions. Okay, more the number of electron donating groups, lesser will be the stability of carbanion. So in the given options, find out where electron donating groups are there. Okay, this is our carbanion, this is the electron donating group, and this one is actually electron withdrawing in nature if you have a triple bond. C6H5 electron withdrawing group. CH3 again electron donating group. Okay, so least stable they asked to know, so we have to search for electron donating groups. More the number of electron donating groups, lesser will be the stability. No, this you can eliminate from the option because electron withdrawing nature, more stability. This is also electron withdrawing nature, more stability. Now select among option A and option D. Okay, here 1 electron donating group is there, but here 3 electron donating groups are there. More the electron donating groups, lesser is the stability. No, so definitely your answer is option D. Okay, so these are some of the basic questions that can come on inductive effect, and still we have many applications on inductive effect. Inductive effect can tell about the stability of carboxylic acid. Inductive effect can tell about, you know, the basic nature of amines, acidic nature of aliphatic carboxylic acids. We deal about these concepts when we talk about the carboxylic acids and amines respectively. Okay, so inductive effect is one of the important topic that everybody have to remember to understand the nature of organic molecules, like how it undergoes a reaction, with what reagent it can react, whether a polarity there or not there, and where does the bond is moving from which group to which group. You know, this is a necessary aspect of organic chemistry. Okay, so with this I am completing inductive effect. In the next video we will discuss about electromeric effect. Okay, till then take care, and if you like our concept, please like it, share and subscribe our channel for more updates.